Today, we're cracking open what is essentially a leaked playbook for TikTok growth. We're not just talking about a few tips here and there. This is a full-on execution guide built from the strategies of creators who have absolutely mastered the platform. So let's get right into it.
You know the feeling, right? It's the question that keeps every creator up at night. You spend hours, maybe even days, on a video you think is gold, only to see it cap out at a few hundred views. Meanwhile, some random video of a cat sneezing gets millions. It feels like a total lottery. But what if I told you it isn't?
Here's the core idea we're going to unpack today. Virality is not just some random lucky lightning strike. It is the result of a repeatable framework. There's actually a method to the madness, and this playbook is designed to show you that system step by step. Okay, let's dive into play number 1, the fundamentals. Before you can even think about all the cool viral triggers in psychology, you have to nail the basics. This is all about making that perfect first impression on the algorithm itself.
So, here's your foundational checklist. First up, good lighting. It's not just about looking good, okay? The algorithm literally needs to see and categorize your video. Next, trending songs and hashtags. This is huge. TikTok has deals to promote these, so you're basically getting a free boost. Then, post when your audience is actually online. And finally, jump on trends, but, and this is key, add your own unique twist. That mix of familiar and new, it's an incredibly powerful combo for grabbing attention.
Now, here's a piece of advice that might sound a little crazy. Never, ever delete your underperforming videos. I know it's so tempting to just get rid of the duds, but the algorithm can actually resurrect content weeks later. The creator of this playbook saw it happen. A video was stuck at 1,000 views, and then 2 weeks later, bam, it got another 4,000 views and 80 new followers out of nowhere. And what's the payoff for getting these fundamentals right? This, 1.7 million views on a single video. And this wasn't some high-budget production. It was just a creator who took a popular trend and added a hilarious, totally original twist at the end. That one move got them 10,000 new followers overnight.
So, you've mastered the fundamentals. You're giving the algorithm what it wants. Now it's time to level up with play number 2, viral triggers. This isn't about the algorithm anymore. This is about the human brain, what it literally can't scroll past. We're diving into the neuroscience behind a killer hook. So, what's the big secret here? Well, after analyzing over 1,000 viral videos, a super clear pattern emerged. A whopping 30% of the top-performing videos all use the exact same psychological trick in their hooks to stop the scroll. And that trigger is contradiction and contrast. The idea is simple. You create unresolved tension right at the start. You're basically presenting a puzzle that our brains are hardwired to solve. It creates this massive curiosity gap that's almost impossible to ignore.
Let's see this in action, because this is where it clicks. I'm going to tell a story. Snooze fest, right? But what about, I'm drunk, but I'm going to do my best to tell this story? See, now you're hooked. You got to see how this plays out. That tension is what makes it so good.
All right, let's move on to our next trigger, the specificity effect. The secret here is to stop talking to a crowd and start talking to just one person. When you use these weirdly specific details, your content feels less like an ad and more like a real, shared experience. It builds instant credibility.
I mean, just look at the difference here. If you ever get bloated is so generic, but describing secretly unbuttoning your jeans at dinner, that's a real moment. People hear that and immediately think, oh my gosh, this person gets me. It creates an instant, powerful connection.
Our third viral trigger is all about playing with time. It's called time frame tension. By showing a huge transformation in a really short or compressed amount of time, you create this intense curiosity loop. And just as importantly, you give the viewer a sense of hope and possibility. Again, look at the difference in the impact. How I grew my account is fine, but framing it as 3 months ago I had 0 followers, today I'm at 211K, your brain just goes, wait, how is that even possible? It promises a huge secret, making it almost impossible not to stick around and find out. So, we have the tools for explosive growth. Now we need to talk about protecting that growth. It is just as important to know what not to do. And that brings us to the red zone, understanding and, of course, avoiding the dreaded shadow ban.
A lot of creators get these two mixed up, so let's make it real simple. A shadow ban is a soft ban. It's sneaky. You don't get a notification, but your views just tank. A full ban is a hard ban. You're locked out and you know it. Knowing which one you might be up against is the first step to fixing it.
So how do you stay out of trouble? Well, it really just comes down to knowing the platform's rules. Some of this stuff is a no-brainer, right? Like hate speech and violence. But other things can be a little more subtle. The algorithm is really sensitive to things that look like misinformation or copyright infringement. So always, always be careful with your sources and the music you use.
Okay, let's bring it all together. The goal isn't just one viral hit, it's a repeatable formula for sustained growth. This last section is all about proving that this system really truly works when you apply it over and over again.
Let's just look at the journey of the person who created this playbook. They started in 2020 and had that massive viral hit, but it wasn't a fluke. They kept using these fundamentals and grew that channel to over 300,000 followers. Then, just to prove the system, they started a brand new channel in 2023 and hit 1,000 followers in the very first week. That's not luck, that's a formula.
In this quote right here, it just nails the entire philosophy behind the playbook. The trend is moving away from those slick, guru-style hooks. The best stuff feels like a real, genuine human moment that someone just managed to capture perfectly. It's about being authentic, not about being an advertiser.
And really, this is the main thing to remember. Chasing a single viral hit is like trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Yeah, it's exciting, but it is not a strategy. Real, sustainable, long-term growth comes from consistently using this playbook, mixing the fundamentals with those powerful human-centric viral triggers.
So think about your growth strategy like a simple two-part equation. The fundamentals, make sure the algorithm actually shows your content to people, and the viral triggers, make sure those people actually stop and watch it. You absolutely need both sides of this equation to win.
And one final critical warning. It can be so tempting to take a shortcut and just buy followers. Please, don't do it. They're just useless bots, they won't engage, they won't get you brand deals, and they definitely won't get you into the creator program. Real, organic growth is the only path that actually has any value.
So, there you have it. The fundamentals, the viral triggers, the risks, and the formula. The entire playbook is now in your hands. The only question left is, what's your first move?